Hello and welcome everybody to another night of some killer Overwatch action. My name's Bullskunk. I am joined by Ocean here in the booth. An awesome matchup coming at you. We have the T4 finals here for the D9 community tournament between Kinetix and Allium. Kinetix looking to continue their undefeated run, giving up only 2 maps so far in this tournament.
I've got our first hero band to protect. Of course, we asked Headrammer, who is the captain of Kinetix, first, and they actually protected Symmetra. We have seen Neon Blue Rain play the Symmetra on Lijiang Tower before, and they protected the Symmetra, and in response, the Mei was protected for Allium, and they went for the Pharah ban.
Well, I think one interesting note from a lot of games I've seen, Kinetix almost seems to throw a false strategy at you, where they don't like to use the hero they actually protect. A lot of times I think they're just throwing out a bit of a ruse, a bit of a red herring.
Kinetix have just banned Doomfist. Allium did not protect the Doomfist. Alpha Shot Adam's signature hero, and he will be without that for this Lijiang Tower map. What do you think of that quickly before we get into it?
I think that's a very smart ban. I think here in our first map, one more important note before we get into it, that if Allium wins this, that is only Kinetix's first loss here in this double elimination bracket. So Allium would have to come back and win a second match to take this title home. While if Kinetix can win this match here tonight, they will close it out and take the T4 title.
Looks like Cameron's actually going to be able to play his signature hero with the D.Va. Of course, D.Va getting a small minor buff in that latest patch that we just talked about. We're going to see the traditional double shield coming out of Allium. Fable is going to that Mei to pretty much try and shut down Neon Blue Rain. And Alpha Shot Adam's going to go to the Hanzo after Doomfist got banned.
Well, gates are open. We are underway. Not surprised to see the Orisa Sigma here. We are going to get that Sim teleport coming in through the window, giving Kinetix first possession of the objective here. Of course, it's not quite unlocked yet, but they've got their feet planted, and now it is up to Allium to come in and dislodge them here. Trying to path in through this left side, and early Fortify comes out of Corruption as he looks to try to aggress in. They're going to go ahead and break that Sigma shield. Not quite a big enough window for them to move in. They try to throw a halt in, but it is Alpha Shot coming up with first blood here. Finding the headshot onto Vecmi on that Mei as he flanked around to that left side while the front line had his attention onto the right. With that, they're trying to rotate around, see if they can take advantage of this opening. Dadbot Chris going to even things out. Main tank goes down here for Allium. As Alpha's trying to, once again, find that flank. He gets whittled down super low, but Coalescence comes out for one miss. Jay able to keep him topped off. Countered back with one from Headrammer as well. Oh, and Ding drops, so no main tanks here on the board for either side. Dragon's coming out from Alpha early, and that finds the kill on a Neon Blue Rain. And as this fight has continued to draw out, Kinetix did get the point picked up, but it is Allium threatening to strike back here with a quickness. They do lose their Mabo. Chris once again coming up with a big pick. Might be able to even things out. Oh, with Alpha, with the Storm Arrows, with the great headshot. Finds Vecby, sends him back to spawn. And I believe it's just going to be clean up from here. Allium should be able to get this thing taken back over. Oh, that nice Gravitic Flux coming out of Sparkman will certainly aid in that, but we are going to get that Immortality field there to keep the team alive. Photon Barrier coming out from Kinetix as well. They are not quite ready to roll over and die. They're throwing Ant Matrix into this, and throwing in with their own Gravitic Flux. While up in the air, they get burned down. Neon Blue coming through with 2 big picks with the help from Camerooner on that Sigma. Oh, and what excellent play coming out of Kinetix. They are going to hold. We're going to reset. Coming out of out.
And actually, 66% on the point already for Kinetix. It's dangerous times for Allium.
And Corruption goes down early as they try to come in and re-engage, and that's just going to buy them more time towards that percentage. Corruption holding that supercharger. They can't aggress in without him. Oh, and Vecby coming up with a nice shot. How did he thread that icicle? It finds the dome of Fabled. And he said they're holding his Blizzard, just waiting for them to run in. This is last fight territory, and Allium's reinforcements are quickly dwindling. No more Mei, no more Baptiste. Sparkman goes down as well. Kinetix smelling blood in the water. They're just going to try to press in. Desperation Coalescence coming out on the side of Allium as they try to push into these doors. But Ding finds that kill. Overtime Wick is starting to burn. They're going to go in through their supercharger out just to make sure nobody can touch. Blizzard coming out from Fable in a desperation attempt as they try to come back in here. Will it be enough? Can they get this thing flipped over? You got Sparkman onto that Wrecking Ball, trying to stall things out. Ant Matrix as well as Coalescence, as well as Blizzard. The the trifecta coming out from Kinetix here. And it is finding success. Alien going down. Fable not able to survive here. One by one, they throw themselves on the point. One by one, they are sent back to spawn. Reinhardt coming in, doesn't last long, and it is going to be Kinetix picking up round 1 here on Lijiang Tower.
Vecby on the May coming in.
And he is going to stick with that May as we are heading into night market here. Oh, he debated me. Last second, we are getting a Reaper swap. They are going to stay onto that Symmetra. Be looking for a teleport directly onto the objective here. They do just that. We are getting the May Hanzo coming out of Allium here as they look to aggress in, coming around through main. Once again, Kinetix getting their feet planted first, and it's up to Allium to try to move in and take this objective here. Their aggression showing as they start to push in. Good Hulk coming out from the other side, though. They eat a lot of damage. Fortunately, Immortality Field is there, and an early Earth Shatter ding! My goodness, built that thing up so fast. He's able to get that slam down, finds great success. All of Allium falling under the weight of that hammer with a little help from Vecby on that Reaper. They clean up and get first control started here on Night.
And it seems Allium have adapted and also went for this adaptation with the double shield. And Allium just seemed to be a little worse at Kinetix's own strategy. Kinetix sitting on the point now with this save turret to help them out. Photon barrier coming out from Neon Blue Rain on the Symmetra to try and help Kinetix engage her. Ding and Dong trying to get all the corruption. But the slams to Sparkman does not find anything.
No, it's nothing but a fortified Orisa. Now he's in trouble. Wall comes out, but it looked like it kind of blocked him on the wrong side of it. Vecby now coming up with some big picks. And it is going to be Kinetix holding strong here on the point. Now they do lose a few members during the process. We'll see if Allium able to strike back here in time. They have that Ant Matrix coming on, or already online, excuse me, with the Blizzard coming online not too far behind. Alpha's going to make a swap over to that Symmetra. Now, with Kinetix turret or teleporter in place, it does look like the members of Kinetix are going to be able to get back in position. So we will get a true 6-on-6 here. No one left behind. And Kinetix has that supercharger. They got Matrix as well as a Death Blossom ready to go. Sparkman coming over the top. Nice wall comes out. Supercharger on the other side as well as an Matrix. Ton of damage coming through for Kinetix. And Vecby doing them dirty with the big Death Blossom. Reinforced by that supercharger. What a great combo. And look at that time percentage. 90% on the clock. Can Allium even get back to touch? Is there enough time?
He might be able to get that touch. He's going on the outside. I think he's going to touch. He is going to get on. Sparkman gets onto the point as that Wrecking Ball, but can Allium do anything with it?
Oh, they're in desperation mode now. As we got Coalescence coming out. Blizzard comes out from the other side. Fable looking to throw that big ultimate in, see if they can turn the tide. And Alpha gets a kill. One Miss J gets a kill as well. Vecby trying to not let this happen. He counters back and takes out Corruption. So no more Orisa here on the side of Allium as they're looking to try to take this thing in. Oh, and Vecby comes up with 2 more big picks before finally getting taken out by Alpha. It's just Fabled and Sparkman left on point. No healers, barely any life. I don't know that they have enough left in the tank to do this. No, they do not. It is Kinetix getting the 2-0 victory here on Lijiang Tower, taking a 1-0 lead in this match.
Kinetix look really, really good on those Symmetra shots.
All right, without further ado, let's talk about map 2. Looks like we're going to Temple of Anubis. Ocean, what do you make of that?
I think it is a really good decision for Allium. We have a protected Sombra for Kinetix. I think Vecby or Neon, that's definitely 50-50 who plays that. Probably Neon tends to prefer those hit scan heroes, and maybe protecting Sombra to actually counter that Doomfist protect, maybe just try and stop Alpha Shot Adam from being able to do his Doomfist things.
Yeah, looks like a good counter pick. We'll see if they actually choose or elect to use the Sombra. Again, I stand by my theory that their protects are just red herrings. We'll see how it plays out.
And we also got a May ban from Kinetix. So not wanting Fable to play that May. Of course, Fable looked really good on the May last series when Illusion took on Allium.
No doubt. What's Allium got for us on the ban side here?
They've banned Fora, and we have our first substitution here for semifinals. Chicken 178. I believe this is debut in this tournament. He got brought in just before playoffs and didn't actually feature in the last game between these two sides or Allium's last game. So Chicken coming in, and Farah got banned, but Daniel Orford is going to be coming in for Neon.
All right. We are getting Kinetix starting us off on the defense here. Looks like they're showing us a little Orisa Sigma. We are getting Vecby on that Sombra. So good call there with Dan on the Hanzo. You hit the nail on the head there, Ocean.
I actually got it right. I'm quite impressed. I did a lot of research into these two things, so I'm actually quite impressed that we did get that right. Definitely gonna be interested to see if Hanzo is set up at the back, so that he can't really be dived or targeted too much, or he's just gonna set up with the tanks, probably on this bridge area here. Definitely gonna be interested to see what Dan opts for, and also Vecby is actually gonna come back and switch to the Junkrat.
Well, and on the other side of things, we are seeing Alpha on his comfort pick there of the Doomfist. Fable bring in the McCree. Corruption goes in early and takes a lot of damage, and then Alien gets taken out. First blood drawn already. Camarino able to find that pick, not even able to get in this choke here, get through to this left side before losing their Baptiste in that immortality field. What great awareness coming out of Camarino on that Sigma.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to note. Ding and Dong and Cameruner on the Arista Sigma combo, they tend to play more aggressive with this combination than a lot of other tank duos tend to. They tend to go for really aggressive Halt Rock combos instead of waiting out and rocking out stuns onto like heroes like Doomfist, Reaper, and Meng.
Well, Fapled's going to open up things here on our next engagement, finding that important kill on the Vecby, but Daniel's going to counter back with some nice storm arrows, taking Alpha out as he tried to go dive into that back line. So with the 5v5 here on point, and Ding wins the main tank battle despite the immortality field. I don't think Corruption was quite able to get in it. He was forced back out of it. Ding finds the final blow, and now they're just storming over him. Cameruner and finding some success here. Picking up the exit kills. Ding with a pair of his own there on the way out, and the Kinetix defense holding super strong so far.
Of course, Alpha Shot Adam will have his ultimate economy shot down to the floor as he makes that switch from Doomfist over to Hanzo. He's already gotten low after a shot from Dan. See how Allium decided to take this fight.
Good Halt comes in to open things up, but the kinetic grass used from Chicken there able to keep his team out of harm's way. They slowly make their way over to the Mega here. They do have that Ant Matrix online, but they're going to have the same on the other side here for Kinetix. They are going to go ahead and try to push in. They're going to drop that Ant Matrix to open things up. Coalescence as well, and they find a good early pick. Handrammer goes down. That's as important a pick as you can, but the 2 DPS ultimates combined for 5 kills. There's 4 kills and some equipment, but nevertheless, it's enough to shut down this attack. Daniel and Vecby give their lives in the process. If Allium can make it back, they might have a small window of opportunity to try to get onto point A. Otherwise, the great ultimates coming out of that DPS duo have shut down this current offense. Allium is going to go ahead and try to just roll it back in, storm back onto point. Looks like it is just 4 of them here. 1 support, 1 DPS, both tanks. And Alien opens up with a kill. Fable got himself one in that engagement as well. He's sitting on the high ground. That Deadeye comes out, not able to find anything, and Daniel wins the duel on that. But he is left with just 30 health as he's trying to rain arrows from above and stop this aggression. 2 ticks picked up already here for Allium as they move on to point. Gravitic Flux coming out from Cameruner as he slams it down. That's a pretty good Gravitic Flux. It takes out Chicken. Found a couple more in there as well, but that Immortality Field coming out. One Mishay able to keep his team topped off. Supercharger comes out from Allium now as they're looking to close this thing out. A lot of time eaten up, just under a minute on the clock. As they're trying to find that 3rd tick, create themselves a new spawn point, give themselves a little breath of fresh air, and it does finally come through for them. Well, it's going to be Daniel opening things up as they move on to point B with some nice storm arrows, finds the head of Chicken. And just like that, the assault is turned back as they're going to be forced to reset here. They're going to try to aggress in onto this far left side. Looks like they're going to safely make it through there. Alpha making his way over. He's got the Dragon Strike on the line. We'll see how they choose to open up with these ultimates. Amplification Matrix is going to be the first to come out. Supercharger in response from Kinetix. Here comes those dragons, and an early Amplification Matrix, Immortality Field comes out. Oh, and then the dragons come through, once again coupled with that tire, finding tons of success. Daniel picking up 4 in that engagement on that Hanzo. And despite being down to the old economy, Kinetix holds very strong here on point B. Just 2 minutes left on the clock.
Daniel Orford has been amazing on this Hanzo. 4 kills for him in that last fight.
Phenomenal performance so far.
Never mind, I've just cursed him there.
Oh, damn you, Ocean. As Daniel goes down, first blood drawn here is Allium trying to re-engage. Looking to push on a point. Good Halt comes out. Cameruner's going to go ahead and drop that Gravitic Flux, but a Deadeye from the other side. The Deadeye finds Chris. Cameruner forced to ignore his Flux and throw his Grasp out to save his own life. Another good Halt comes out. This one coupled with the Coalescence coming out of Headrammer. And Allium just struggling to find any chink in this armor. The tanks push on through, but the Squishy's not able to find any opening. The team gets separated, and Kinetix once again holding strong. 60 seconds on the clock.
It seems that Allium have decided to make some swaps onto the Reinhardt here, try and hit Kinetix a little bit more head-on. It's done. He was done again early.
Yeah, Fable coming up with a good pick, winning that duel. Is it going to be enough for them to start getting some progress going here? They're going to invest Coalescence here as Chicken tries to move on to point, just swinging away. And Fable coming up with 2 big picks. Alpha's going to come in and find one of his own. That's 3 men down here as Allium's starting to get some progress started. They got 1 tick picked up already. Good progress towards the second. There's the second picked up. Alpha winning that duel against Vecby. He had him pushed back into that corner. Turns his attention back onto that Hanzo as the reinforcements for Kinetix starting to come out of spawn. But one by one, they are sent right back. And in overtime, Allium able to pick up that second point here on Temple of Anubis. We're going to get some Orisa Sigma here out of Kinetix as they go on the offense. Bringing Vecby onto that Junkrat, Dane on the Hanzo. On the other side of things, we are getting Alpha back on that Doomfist, and we're going to see a Junkrat out of Fable as well as they look trying to hold this thing off. Try to see if they can bounce back and tie up this match here in our T4 finals. All right, they path around towards Mega. Shields going to Shields here. And it looks like Vecby able to get a little bit of those spam damage in. Oh, but he falls to the shots from Fabled. The counter Junkrat getting more done, just pouring tons of spam into that tiny little room despite having a Mega health pack. It's not enough to keep him topped off. Early Immortality Field comes out, goes down. A little help from Corruption and Alpha. They are able to hold here. So far on point A.
I feel like that's really poor decision-making from Kinetix to go into that left choke with Fable playing that Junkrat. I wonder if
So far, it does look like they're kind of trying to push right a little bit. You can see a couple members of Allium are jumping down to meet him here. They're going to go ahead and throw down 3 ultimates. Earth Shatter, Coalescence, and Amplification Matrix all come out on the side of Allium. They run into that tiny room and just clean up. Kinetix has nowhere to run, nowhere.
it seems that Allium like to use all their resources in fights really early. They'll identify a win condition and want to get that going right away, whereas Kinetix like to wait and then use their win condition at the best possible moment. Huge hole coming up from Ding and Dong. Kinetix unable to get a kill off that, however, Alpha shot at him, forced to use that Meteor Strike, but Vecby with the Riptire comes out and kills 3. He sacrifices himself for it, but Kinetix looking really strong to take point A.
Oh, and managed to take out Fabled with that tire as well, who is holding on to one of his own. He is going to change his mind, actually going over to that McCree. They look to aggress into point B here. Remember, if they can capture this with over a minute left on the clock, they will have the opportunity to close things out, and they will eliminate Allium from having an opportunity to go back on the attack. They are coming back in with Supercharger. Go ahead.
I wonder if Vecby's going on that McCree to try and shut down Alpha shot at him a little bit more. Riptire gets destroyed from Fable. See if Kinetix can collapse on them here.
Well, they open up with a huge Gravitic Flux. Camerooner on that Sigma. Absolutely just putting down a world of hurt. Oh, but Chicken loops back around, gets topped up from his healers inside that little room, and then throws down an Earth Shatter. It only found 1, though, as Kinetix bounce back, and then Amplification Matrix coming out from the other side. Allium able to hold on in the back of that great ultimate, and some great play coming out of Alpha, picking up a pair during that engagement. A nice late kill onto Daniel as well. And it is Allium holding strong there through the chaos. Once again, thriving in that chaotic battle.
Kinetix really want to get a time bank here and stop Allium having any chance of winning this map.
Well, they are coming back in. They are building up towards that first ultimate. Daniel's getting those dragons online. They're going to go ahead and invest Coalescence as well. Oh, this could be a huge dragon. But Alpha had a nice Meteor Strike to open things up. Vecby's dragon does find 2. Daniel's dragon does find 2, and Vecby finds a kill of his own. So we're back to, I believe, a 3v3 here on point. Vecby is going to go down. Now the attention is turned on to Chris. Despite his Immortality Field, he's going to fall to the punch of Alpha shot at him. And Allium able to hold just 1 tick of permanent progress picked up from Kinetix.
To get the respawns in. Oh, Daniel switching over to the Reaper gets caught out early by Chicken.
Yeah, that's a good opening pick. Going to eat some more time off that clock. you look at these ultimates, though, Kinetix in a good spot. Oh, look, they're making this aggressive hold here, trying to just stuff them into this hallway. Will they have any success? They're going to go ahead and throw the Immortality Field down on the side of Kinetix as they look to push around this corner. Fable's going to come with that tire, and a good Earth Shatter comes out. Earth Shattering, finding 4. They're going to go ahead and invest tire. I'm not sure it was even needed. Vecby did pick up 1 with a countering Deadeye, but that's not going to be enough. He is hit by that tire, and Allium is hanging on here. Despite the ult economy of Kinetix, they managed to survive the onslaught with that great positioning, catching them aggressive on that left side.
Struggling on the Reaper in the past 2 fights. He's going to make the adaptation over to the Widowmaker. Fable's going to match him and try and take on the Jewel. And he takes the Jewel. Well, it takes down Daniel before the fight even begins. And Kinetix are kind of stuck in this left room here. They kind of have to take the 65.
Well, man, that's exactly what you want to see out of your sniper if you are Allium. And Ding trying to do his best to make something happen here. They need to even the odds. They've even got the respawn advantage if they do manage to find that first pick. And so far, they're not able to do even just that. Holding on to that supercharger, wait for the right opportunity. Okay, as I speak, it comes out, and they're going to try to aggress in with that aggressive shield. They're throwing Ant Matrix as well as a Coalescence down, and they get them all trapped in that corner, and they all start to fall, burn down from that Coalescence, from that extra damage coming out of the Amplification Matrix. And with that, they finally storm onto a point. This objective is theirs. They are below that magical 60-second mark, though, so we are going to get attack rounds from both teams here as we go into extra innings. We're getting Allium back on the offense here. See if they can get back in this battle. They're bringing us that Reinhardt-Orisa combo. They're keeping Fabled on that Junkrat. Alpha onto the Hanzo himself. On the side of the defense, Kinetix also opting for the Junkrat Hanzo, but they're going to use a little Orisa Sigma defense. Oh, and Vecny comes up early with a nice mine. He picks off the countering Junkrat as they try to aggress in. And with just 60 seconds on the clock for Allium, losing that first man is so important.
They're pressuring Fabled on the choke. He wasn't able to get into the fight. Still 65 for Kinetix.
What a heads-up play coming out of Cameruner once again. Now, Allium forced to take this engagement. It's just 7 seconds left on the clock. The charge coming out of Chicken. He runs into nothing but his own death. Alpha does pick up 1. Isn't going to be enough. They managed to get on point and touch. Alpha back there trying to save this thing for his team. He does find the kill onto Cameruner. Now he's got to win this duel. He does! What a great headshot! Picking off Dan. Can they do it? Fable picking off the Mercy. In the Twilight Hour, Allium has moved on to point. They have threatened to get this thing going once they get permanent progress already picked up. And with that late kills coming through onto Ding and Chris, Allium have done it. 3 points on the board. And they have bought themselves a little breathing room here on Temple of
Try and carry Allium to some progress on point B.
It's going to be Kinetix opening things up with the tire. We do have those dragons coming out. Tire finds Alpha, but he was able to get the ultimate off, and it finds Dadbod Chris, who in return had dropped an Amplification Matrix right here at the choke to try to stave off this aggression. But it's not going to be enough. Ding goes down. The Coalescence finding the kill. The Immortality Field on point. The members of Allium are not going to die as long as that thing is alive and standing. They managed to push the members of Kinetix all the way off. We are getting Daniel throwing that dragon on a point, trying to claim back some space, and it does find 1 kill. Vecby picking up a kill of his own. He's going to turn his attention onto the duel with the opposing Doomfist, onto Alpha, onto that hero. They both back off. Oh, and in the end, Ding comes back. He forces him off point. What a great play.
And the Alpha shot Adam had the space on that Hanzo to take down 3 members of Kinetix and turn the fight around for Allium, which means they get a crucial point A here on Temple.
Yeah. All right, gates are open. We are away here for Kinetix. Attack round in extra innings. Are they going to try to path in here? Which way are they going to choose to go? It looks like they're going to go right up the gut. Trying to path up that far right stairs. They do have that Lucio there, so they're able to speed past the choke. But nevertheless, Corruption coming up with a big pick. Turns his attention to the Vecby and gets that Junkrat down. Now Vecby with a kill from the grave, able to pick off Alpha, and Dan comes up with 1 onto Aliens. So 2 members of Allium have been picked off here. But the exit kill still coming through. 60 seconds on the clock. Does Kinetix have enough time to counter?
Kinetix have a little window of opportunity here with 65. They have to take their advantage now.
And they have that Lucio with the ability to speed them, and they jump down despite the Immortality Field. Jake had come up with a big pick onto his counterpart. Alpha now turns his attention to that Orisa, able to find that kill. Was looking to chase Daniel, but I think wisely opted to return to the safety of his team here. We have just 30 seconds on the clock. He's still in position on this far side by Mega. And I don't think Allium is aware of his presence here. He might be able to get a cheeky pick. Oh, Allium's going to open up with a cheeky tire, though, of their own. Hand Remmer goes down. No more immortality field. Big stun comes out from Ding, though. Nice hammer trying to counter back, trying to keep his team in this. But Alpha's having none of it as he lays waste with a good punch and subsequent headshot. Vecby with a great tire, though, finds both supports. That could be just the opening Kinetix is looking for. No more heals available as we're going into overtime. Allium trying to sustain without their supports. And Alpha might just have the ticket to do it. He finds the punch onto Chris, turns around, finds the punch onto Vecby. Can this guy single-handedly win this match for his team without his healers? Dan's going to find that kill. He goes down as he storms on the point with his Reinhardt. Minimal presence from both teams here on the objective. It's just Ding with a Hanzo, and the Hanzo goes down. Ding goes down, and Allium holds on to win Temple of Anubis and tie us up here in our playoff match. We are headed to map 3 for our D9 Community Tournament playoff matchup this evening. This is a T4 finals match between Kinetix and Allium. Allium winning Temple of Anubis, so we are headed to King's Row for Kinetix map pick.
So we actually started off with a protect from Allium, then protected the Mei. Obviously, probably want to keep Fabled on that Mei to try and limit the space that Vecby has. And then the Pharah protect came through from Kinetix, obviously to try and maybe get Daniel Orford on that Pharah.
So we're not seeing that Doomfist protect. That's an interesting one coming out of Allium.
Speaking of that Doomfist protect, it might come back to bite him as the Doomfist was then banned from Kinetix. So they don't want Alpha running riot. And strikes. The Pharah was protected by Kinetix, so Allium were like, you know what, we'll just ban Mercy.
Oh, nice recon arrow comes out. They spot the Widowmaker up on the balcony before the doors even open. Vecby forced to change.
He swapped over to the Hanzo.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stick with that Hanzo. 2, 1. And Kinetix coming out with the Reinhardt Orisa as well. They are going to keep Dan onto that Pharah, despite the fact that the Mercy has been banned off. So no pocket here for the Flying Hero. Nevertheless, they're going to try to fly in, see if they can control this space. Open up with some good rockets onto that back line. And indeed, Allium are slowly forced to back off. Vecby drawing first blood, finding that kill. But Alpha shot at him, not to be outdone, responds back. Then Vecby finds the headshot onto Alpha himself. Follows it up with 2 more. 4, make that 5. Looking for the 6th. Vecby showing up big on the offense. They do. He picks up the 6K big ace coming from Vecby here on the opening assault for Kinetix. Count for him just popping off like that. It's hard to do. It's hard to control. But that is just the power of that DPS. He is such a strong force of nature for this team. All right, we are going to go and get Ice Wall coming out, blocking him off as Allium's looking to come back in this thing. They find 2 good picks based on that great wall, able to separate the Reinhardt from the team, finding the kill onto the Moira as well. And with a quickness, Allium has come back and planted their heels. Made themselves known here on the defense on point B. Good late kill coming from Fable there. Shutting down Daniel. He's holding that barrage.
Off here. You have to remember going down.
Oh, they're going to go ahead and invest 2 ultimates as they're going to throw out their dragons as well as that coalescence right over the objective. See if they can buy themselves some space here as their 6th member returns. That Pharah coming back. Arshada comes out, but it finds nothing but the shield of Ding there. I'm sorry, of the Corruption. Daniel's still
I think they're setting up for a barrage here.
Daniel's really working his way around. Oh, but if the rest of his team goes down, it's not going to matter as they lose Ding before he's able to get in position.
Ding and Dong's aggression, which is even more prevalent on this King's Row map, which is a little bit more narrow, which actually tends to favour his playstyle, but he's just getting caught out. Oh, speaking of getting caught out, Daniel Orford's barrage comes to nothing.
Yeah, he's trying to get down, but gets picked off by Fabled. Alpha comes with a nice twitch headshot, able to pick off Vecby, who was hiding on that right side. They throw their dragons in, they throw Blizzard in as well as Supercharger. And with all of that invested, Allium able to hold here. Standing tall on point B here in King.
Chicken, I want to check, do you have ultimates online? But same can be said for Cameroon and Headrammer, which looks a little bit more favorable for Kinetix with that Supercharger ultimate.
Yeah, with the Supercharger and the Coalescence, they give themselves a lot of room to push in. It's hard to stand against that and just absorb all of that damage, all that healing coming out. But we are going to get a dueling Coalescence coming out of the other side, as Allium looking to do just that. And then the Earth Shatter comes down. Doesn't seem to find much. Think it just hit the shield of Ding. He was prepared. He was ready for it. And now Allium just forced to back off, as so far nothing they're throwing at it has been working. But Fabled looking to break this stalemate. Finds the opening pick onto Vecby, but he goes down from a nice charge coming out of Ding, who then responds with his own Earth Shatter. That hits nothing but shield, as well as both main tanks not willing to yield any kind of space here. Ant Matrix coming out on the side of Allium as they're trying to hold this thing off. You can see Vecby, they've got both DPS ultimates online, and Blizzard is coming out. Daniel throwing that right into the heart of Allium. And on the back of that, they are going to find 3 kills. What great awareness as he just snuck out from the little house there, dropped the Blizzard into the heart of Allium. And Kinetix able to clean up.
Though. He tried to pin to finish off some kills. Kinetix do back him up, but they have to invest the Immortality field.
Main tank. They're going to go ahead and invest an Amplification Matrix right here at the end of point B. Try to deny this retake. You can see Corruption running up and just stalling this thing out as best he can. But the kills quickly coming through on the side of Kinetix, and they do pick up that second point and continue to march right on into point C.
Come on to the DPS and mainly the Reinhardt to see if they can take advantage of that. Let's see who bites first.
We're going to get a Maywall coming out, trying to divide off the defense. You're trying to separate off that Reinhardt, but he's able to fall back into the safety of his healers. Dragon's going to come out from Alpha and push them back. They throw Immortality Field, but nevertheless, the Immortality Field goes down, and so does Dan. They lose their Mei, who was so close to that Blizzard. Chicken falls with a nice Fire Strike, finds Vecby. And with minimal ults invested, Allium holding strong on point C. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock here for Kinetix.
Both of the damage application ultimates are online. Here comes that Supercharger I was just talking about. See if they can actually get any value out of it. They will do with Vecby getting a kill on the Fables.
Oh, but Allium going to counter back. Nice. Earthshatter comes out, but they read it like a book. Vexby immediately throws dragons down. Immortality immediately comes out from Dadbod Chris, and they are right on top of it. No deaths coming out of Earthshatter. Matter of fact, it is Kinetix storming forward with this momentum. They've got their attention onto Alpha on that Hanzo right now. Oh, here come his reinforcements back. Will Allium be able to stop this here? Buck 40 on the clock. Can they make a stall? Amplification Matrix comes out on the side of Kinetix as they're looking to put some damage down, looking to hold this thing off, get as best time as they can, but the Blizzard comes out. Fable throws a wonderful Blizzard on point as the entirety of Kinetix are frozen stiff. They try to counter back with one of their own, and they lose Cameruner and Handrammer, but I think the damage had been done. Or they lose Chicken, on the side of the defense here, but the damage had been done by Allium, and they're able to hold on. Alpha coming up with some nice exit kills there on the end of the engagement. Exit kill still coming through as Alpha finding the late pick onto Vecby, or early pick, depending on how you're looking at this engagement. 59 seconds on the clock. We could be in one fight territory here if these fights continue to elongate out as they have been this entire map.
Daniel Orford lost the Blizzard. Kinetix unable to use that match winning, potentially ultimate. He switched over to the Ash for this last fight. Ding goes for the Shatter. Allium do respond with a Dragon Strike. Picking up both Kinetix points. They gotta get out fast.
Alpha comes up with 3 in that engagement, 2 from the strike, and then follows up with some nice storm arrows onto Ding. And with just 30 seconds left, it does look like Allium will be, or Kinetix will be able to come back in with that last one out very fast. Gonna give
Alien though, and Dragon Strike and Hold combination will be online for Kinetix. Can they pull it off?
Alpha open up with the first pick. So now they're pressing it in with 5, but it's going to have to do. They try to throw their Dragon Strike down, but he gets halted, and a good Earth Shatter comes out from Ding. Vecpi's Shatter gets, Dragons get 2. Chicken does respond back and find a kill onto Cameruner, but his teammates are falling all around him. He himself goes down to a hammer and an arrow. And with overtime Wicked Burn and Kinetix finally finding some momentum here at the end of point C. Dean coming up with 2 big picks there on the end of that engagement. So they're looking to push this thing home. Chicken going over to that ball. Corruption runs out, but is immediately dispatched of. Alpha picks up 1, but he goes down. Alien goes down. I don't know if Allium has the reinforcements here to hold this thing off. Headroom are going to go ahead and invest his Coalescence, and that finds a kill. Dan throwing in the bob as well. 7 members on the board here. In the end, that's going to be enough for Kinetix to pick up that 3rd point. But that overtime wick was a burning. Defense, in the end, Kinetix able to take it in. But once again, nothing left in the time bank. So Allium with a chance here to counter back. Get themselves back into this match. In that vein, they are bringing us that Orisa Reinhardt here. They're going to keep Alpha on the Hanzo, Fabled on the Mei. So they look to aggress in. Good wall comes up just to help them regather their cooldowns. Oh, and Cameruner opened things up. Once again, showing his impact on that Sigma. Finds first pick onto the main heals. Alpha goes down. Daniel coming in with a big pick in that as well, I believe it was. So far, Kinetix. Yeah, and so far Kinetix just shutting the door down here on Allium.
They're playing really patiently.
Yeah, very patient. They're going to throw up that wall, give themselves some space to aggress in. Oh, but a good wall comes out on the other side. Divine's Reinhardt up from the rest of his team, and they find that kill. Dane coming up with the final blows. The Reinhardt had no reinforcements, no heals there. And what wonderful focus fire coming out of Kinetix here on the defense. Yeah, both support ults coming online here for Allium as they're looking to come around statue, see if they can find a chink in the armor that is Kinetix. But they respond back with their amplification matrix, forcing Allium to kind of hide behind statue here, but that gives Kinetix the room they need. They're just going to slowly push up, try to throw a halt into it, but a nice block coming out. Immortality fields coming out on both sides. Oh, but you have, look at that, Chicken circles around, gets the nice shatter down. Now, is it going to be enough? It looked like his team didn't get the memo. The rest of his team were backing out as he was trying to flank around statue, and there's no follow-up onto that Earth Shatter, despite it landing onto 4 members of Kinetix.
Back off. Ash tends to yell, Bob, do something, but in that case, he did nothing. Jing and Dong opening up the Supercharger, One Miss J opening up the Coalescence. Let's see how this goes.
Well, so far, it's serving them well. That Coalescence finding one pick. They're going to go and invest Dragons into it as well. The Supercharger coming out from Kinetix. It does not slow them down in the slightest as Allium just continues to push onto the objective here. Kills coming through. Alpha doing some work on that Hanzo. They got one tick of progress picked up already. Chicken finding himself a couple of exit kills, and looks like they will get point A captured. Get this objective on the road here on Kings Row. Looks like they're going to hold aggressively here. Not sitting back by bookstore. They're just going to sit right up here in this front choke. They know they've got that Blizzard online, but they've got to watch out from the one from the other side. They're going to go ahead and use theirs first. It finds 2, make that 4. 2 kills coming through. Vecby picking up a pair of those. And it is Allium standing tall so far on the defense. I'm sorry, Kinetix standing tall on the defense for giving the color swap. Yeah, that
has been fantastic. Series.
Vecby on that Mei, my goodness.
Oh, Alien gets caught in spawn by the skill orb. Headhammer's beautiful. Beautiful. Warrior orb catches out Alien and spawn. Also, important thing to know, 4 ultimates online for Kinetix and 4 ultimates online for Allium. You have to feel whoever wins this fight takes a big advantage in this match.
Well, you've got that Gravitic Flux online for the defense here in Kinetix, but you've got Blizzard and Earth Shatter here for the offense. So game-changing ults available for both sides. We'll see who can get the better into them. As slowly Allium is starting to push in here. They need to break this thing open. They need to make this quick and decisive wall coming out, trying to divide them off. Does not seem to find much success, but Fabled in the end is going to find that kill onto Cameruner. We have the Amplification Matrix comes out. Good Shatter comes out to try to deny that off, but nevertheless, Allium storming forward, finding themselves some kills, largely based on Alpha. We have that Supercharger coming out from Corruption, just enhancing the damage coming out of that Hanzo. As he had moved around the flank, found some success.
Up to get maximum, value out of that application matrix so they can get the heals to their team with the Coalescence, but the Shatter from Chicken meant that both supports were unable to supply the healing for the application matrix, meaning that Allium got maximum value out of that Blizzard.
Well, now here we are at the end of point B. Allium has bought themselves so much room based off that engagement. They went ahead and invested in Dragons here just to force them back and buy some more ground. But Gravitic Flux comes out from the other side. Cameruner landed that onto several members, but the healings come through. Coalescence coming out of Allium to keep that team topped off. We had a Bob invested, but Dan goes down for his trouble. Headhammer falls as well, but Vecby countering back. Go ahead and invest Blizzard into this after picking up 2 kills onto Corruption, onto one Miss J. Finding the kill onto the main healer, onto the main tank, then turns his attention, finds Fabled, finds Chicken. Are you kidding me? Vecby coming up with a 4K on this Mei. The Ice Queen is truly the devil of Overwatch. Now we just have under 30 seconds left for Allium to bounce back to try to push this thing in. Kinetix with that great hold, able to stave off the assault, and Allium didn't even pick up that second point. So they had to spawn all the way back in front of the first objective, and now they just have 13 seconds. No ultimates currently online.
It's going to be all favorable for the Blizzards.
Yeah, as it just comes online now, they're going to have an Earth Shatter here directly. Can they sustain? Can they survive long enough? That Blizzard does come out, but Immortality Field on the other side. Nevertheless, 3 members of Kinetix are frozen stiff. They're going to try to throw a halt in to get them around that wall. Good wall coming out to keep that team alive, but nevertheless, Alpha Shot Adam investing that Dragon Strike. Finds one. They put up a wall to divide off the rest of the team, just funneling them into that little narrow space, and Chicken runs in there swinging, able to pick up 2 with that. He's not done. He goes swinging for the fences once again. 4 kills coming through for Chicken on that last engagement, as they're finally able to push that thing over that threshold, pick up that... Yeah, with that clock dwindling down, just 70 seconds left. Daniel with a good opening pick. Might just be the ticket Kinetix looking for. More time they can eat off the clock. If they can whittle this down into one good team fight, it will be an absolute... I don't want to say an absolute victory. That sounds too strong, but that is a good step in the right direction here for Kinetix. As you can see, that clock is working against Allium as they're trying to push in. They do drop superchargers. They finally decide to aggress on in. Wall coming out, trying to divide off that team, but the Orisa able to drop Fortify. They're going to try to throw supercharger or an Earth Shatter down, but it finds nothing but the Shield of Ding as he is ready and waiting for that ultimate. Then they're going to counter back, throwing down a supercharger. Nevertheless, it is Kinetix pushing forward. Dueling Coalescence coming out. Wall comes out to try to block that ultimate as just 20 seconds left on the clock here for Allium. They spent a lot of ultimates already. They do have dragons coming up online as they're running here. Immortality Field comes out as a blizzard comes out from Vecby. This could spell doom right here as disaster strikes onto the members of Allium. Big 5K coming through. 6 seconds on the clock. Is anybody there to touch? Is anybody going to be there to hold? One Miss J was the only hope they had. And that is it. Kinetix wins King's Row and will take a 2-1 lead here in our finals match. We're heading to map 4. We're going to Rialto. What are your thoughts on this, Ocean? This has surprised me.
This is definitely interesting because last time these two teams met, Kinetix picked Rialto and subsequently won Rialto, but this time Allium have picked Rialto after they've just lost the map. So, I mean, deaths and protects, and we started off with a protect from the side of Kinetix. They protected the Bastion, which was then responded to with a protect of the Hanzo and a ban of the Mercy, which was then responded to a ban of the Doomfist, and some fighting words coming out from Headrammer, captain of Kinetix. He was like, oh, don't want Alpha getting any ideas, so he banned the Doomfist. So both the bans remain the same.
Oh my goodness. That is an awesome pick. And I love the pre-fight strategies going on here. It's so cool to see. So Kinetix starting us off on the defense here, looking to close this out as they are on match point. If they could take home Rialto here, they will be your T4 champions. While Allium looking to bounce back, see if they can make the comeback here. But despite that, oh, we're getting a Headrammer.
They're baiting the dive. It's all jumping off the map, baiting the dive composition. So maybe Allium will get the idea they're running dive comp, but let's see. I'm guessing we're going to see double shields.
What interesting head games coming out of Kinetix. You love to see it. This is great. And they are indeed, they're showing dive and then swapping over to an Orisa Sigma with Dan on the Hanzo, Vecby on that Mei. Allium going to pick that Bastion here. Oh, no, never mind. Going over to their protected pick with Alpha on that Hanzo. Yes, indeed. Allium on the offense here, showing us some Orisa Sigma as well as Hanzo Mei. So a bit of a mirror matchup going on here between the two teams. Good pressure on this corner. Good Mei wall coming out. Just stalling for some cooldowns here for a little bit of space on the side of the defense. So far not really planting their heels just yet. Allium slowly trucking this thing around, but we're going to approach courtyard, and I imagine we're going to clash here, going shield to shield. You can see Vecby up on that high ground with that Mei, looking to maintain that vantage point. Oh, but Hanzo's coming around. Alpha able to pick up that kill. Nice read, and now he's got the high ground advantage. Now he has the advantage. He is going to go ahead and hop down behind the safety of his team in the cover of that objective. You're going to look to turn the corner, and early Immortality Field comes out. It is quickly dispatched of. Oh, and Cameron bounces back, answers back with a kill onto Alien. No more immortality field available. Alpha picks up a kill as well, though. The answer's back, and he's got his dragons online already. You can see how much work this Hanzo has done.
They don't get on the point. Point has been captured.
It looks like they got that point through despite a late immortality field coming out. Yeah, no one contested on the side of Kinetix.
I feel like that was just a miscommunication, mistake from Kinetix. They are going to have control of this archway, though, which is a really nice and simple place to hold. They also have the ultimates to use. Dude, here comes that supercharger.
Oh, they're going to invest Gravitic Flux as well as Blizzard as well. They trade Fluxes as Cameroon goes down and falls to it. But Daniel's going to find that kills. They just trade back and forth. I believe 2 kills coming through for either side. Kinetix going to go ahead and invest their Coalescence. But they lose Daniel. And I believe Headrammer got frozen out of that ultimate. If I saw that correctly, was forced to Wraith form out. Eventually does go down. And it is going to be Allium picking up the kills here at the beginning of point B. Full steam ahead through Rialto.
So let's see if Kinetix can fight back. They really need a fight win around here.
Yeah, this is the place to do it. Been called one of the most difficult corners in all of Overwatch to attack. We'll see if Kinetix able to get their feet planted and see if they can make good use of this positioning, of this geometry. We are getting shield to shield. As you can see, Allium got the more aggressive shield coming out from their Orisa. They're going to continue to push forward. They throw Blizzard out. They're not quite able to catch the members of Kinetix in it. They threw a nice defensive wall coming out of Kinetix to block off, able to buy them a little space, and they're able to get out of that ultimate. They do force the Fortify out, but a Fortify used on the other side. So we have Baptiste throwing all of his abilities at this. We had Immortality Field coming out, Amplification Matrix coming out, and it's just Vecby back there trying to stall this thing out, buy some time for his team. It bought time for Daniel to get those dragons out. It's good as he picks up one. He comes back in and finds a second kill with that Storm Arrow. And I don't believe it. What great play. What great teamwork coming out of Kinetix. They send Vecby in to stall it out for as long as he can. It buys enough time for the rest of the reinforcements to come through. Daniel just hitting the T'd members of Allium with that Dragon Strike.
What have we said about Kinetix? Daniel would have enough time to come back and get off the Dragon Strike, and they pull it off magnificently.
Oh, and that timing had to be split second, and then it was. I mean, just a microsecond off, and that cart would have been moving forward. They wouldn't have been in the right position. If Daniel was just a hair late on the Dragon, same result, but they have it dialed right in, and they got control of point B. They've got Allium forced all the way back to bridge. Ult economy coming out of Kinetix.
5 ultimates can be spread around. It's most critical one has to be Blizzard.
And Fable goes down before he's able to build up any more towards his. They're going to go ahead and invest that Gravitic Flux. The Immortality Field is there. Can they get it taken out? They do, but an Amplification Matrix comes out combined with Dragons from the other side as Kinetix are looking to hold here. Dabot Chris opening things up. Gets the kill on Chicken. Ding finding another kill as well. And they just start steamrolling that kill feed as Kinetix is holding strong here. Just a $1:35 left on the clock here for Allium.
They do have the Supercharger and the Blizzard combination online, but Flux and Blizzard are also online to the side of Kinetix.
Well, and Kinetix is going to open up with their Blizzard first, but the members of Allium weren't quite around the corner, weren't quite committed yet, so they're able to retreat back and avoid that damage. And Alpha's going to open things up. That's just what you needed here on the side of Allium. Oh, but he gives his life in the process. No more Hanzos on the field. 5v5. Supercharger coming out for Allium as they look to aggress forward. They coupled that with a Blizzard as well, and they found success on the back of those 2 ultimates as the kills start coming through, and they finally managed to muscle this thing around that difficult corner. Now you just have Ding left on point, trying to buy as much time as possible. I don't think they're going to have the same result as they did with that first stall. And he who Blizzard's loudest, I'd say, and they did just that, and they're continuing to ride this momentum through point C. They still have that Earth Shatter as well as an Matrix Online Coalescence coming out as we speak. Counter that Gravitic Flux as Cameroon thrown his in, and Cameroon are found too, but the Earth Shatter comes back as Allium not satisfied. They counter back and find 2 of their own. 4v4 here on point. Supercharger is there on the side of Kinetix though, and they're going to find that kill on a Chicken. No more main tank. They try to turn their attention on the Corruption. Corruption goes down. Wallen off the May. No escape here for one miss.
Gonna be definitely interesting to see if they can do it.
Well, and they have both support ults as well as both DPS ults here on the side of the defense for Kinetix, so they try to hold. We're going to open up with Dragons from Alpha, though, and he does find that first blood. They go in and invest their Amp Matrix in as well. Coalescence coming out to keep the team alive on the side of Allium, or on the side of Kinetix here for the defense. They throw their... No, Vecby goes down! Just as I thought they were about to throw the Blizzard in, Chicken gets the nice charge. Vecby goes down with that Blizzard in his pocket. And that can be just the ticket Allium needed to try to push this thing home. Alpha coming up with a big 2K here to continue the momentum, finding kills onto his counterpart, Hanzo, and onto Headrammer. With this, they're going to buy themselves a lot of space. They're at least going to get in the door of this atrium here as they look to push in the final meters here on Rialto. What a difficult final few meters this can be. We have ultimates available on both sides, and Gravitic Flux coming out from the defense to start things off here. He manages to get just the Reinhardt there. Immortality Field comes out. Chicken's going to counter back with an Earthshatter, and Blizzard had come out as well from Fabled. They trade back. Daniel goes down, but the offense loses their Mei. Chicken counters back, finding the revenge kill, finding the Mei pick on the other side, but he gives his life in the process. Again, to continue the back and forth, one miss. Jay finds the pick on the main tank on the other side. So we have a Sigma, Baptiste, Moira standing here for the defense. The Orisa, Hanzo, Moira, Bap here for the offense. Hanzo coming back in.
Coming back on the hold, so he gets a kill as well.
And he just got that Dragon Strike online, which he's going to go ahead and commit, throw it right over the objective. Coalescence coming out, and that's going to be enough to scare them off point. Oh my goodness, Allium completely scared off the point. They remove their toe, and the overtime wick burns down. They are not able to complete point C here. The line of victory has been set, the win condition established. And we're going to have Kinetix in the blue going on the offense, seeing if they can push this way in, or if Allium can hold on and send us to a map 5. Allium coming out with that Orisa Sigma here in that vein. Looks like they're sticking with the Hanzo Mei attacking with here. Which does
I think Vecby's just going to poke around on the Widowmaker. I don't think it's going to really stay on it.
Right, maybe find an opening pick here just right out of the gate. But we do get Dan on that Pharah. So a signature hero coming out of this player here. And he's going to go right over the top. Despite not having his Mercy pocket, he's going to see if he can come in and control some space, lay some damage down. Oh, but Vecby takes an arrow early. Forced back into spawn. He's going to go and swap over to that Mei as the objective rounds the first corner here on point A. Allium, unlike Kinetix, is choosing to stand a little bit more aggressively. They're not relegating back to the courtyard. They're going to try and hold this first corner, and Chicken's going to come up with first blood. He gives his life in the process, though, but Alpha counters back with a kill onto the Baptiste on the other side, so no more Immortality Field here for Kinetix as they're trying to push around this first corner. Good wall comes up, divides off Alpha, and they're able to find that pick. But the defense is going to go ahead and invest their amplification matrix here. Kinetix counters back with a Coalescence trying to push themselves around this corner. Nice wall comes out, and Fable caught on the wrong side of the tracks. No healing coming out of that Coalescence. An instant kill coming through. Dean coming up with that final blow, and they can just storm onto the courtyard now, and they're doing just that. More great use of the Mei walls. They try to divide off Corruption's retreat here. But you can see Kinetix in full control of point A. They're going to go ahead and throw that supercharger in just to make sure that they can take this payload all the way to its first resting spot and get that first point on the board.
It's definitely interesting to note that that close hold from Allium was looking really well until Vecby. 2 fantastic walls, but it might not even be enough. Allium holding off really well on this first point. Here comes the Blizzard from Fable at the Dragon Strike. It managed to pick out Ding and Dong. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Headrummer's frozen on point. Allium going to be able to kill him. They are both supports. Vecby and Daniel Orford standing around to try and finish this off for Kinetix.
Well, Fable's going to go ahead and invest Blizzard, and Vecby turns around and throws his own onto the objective. We had 2 members of Allium frozen on the point here. He died during Flux. Did he not get to use it? Oh my goodness, that's huge. That is huge. He got interrupted out of it, and now we're getting that supercharger coming down for Allium. They might just be able to hold this thing off. That first point has not been captured, and they're doing just that! The Coalescence coming up with 2. Alpha coming up with a big pick of his own. And oh my goodness, with less than a meter left to pick it up, Allium able to come up with a big hold here on point A. Holy cow.
Allium hold, but they use all of their resources to do so, but they know Daniel Orford didn't die on the Pharah. He's been spotted. I think Chicken's fired out. No, he's just walked by him. Daniel Orford
oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness,
and he gets the boop! And he gets the boop! What a cheeky play out of Dan, are you kidding me? And then put some good damage down. Look at Alpha's health. He's down to less than 25% health. Starting to get topped off a little bit here by his Moira. But good opening pick, and here comes that Barrage. Barrage does the majority of the damage to that. Orisa picks off the Mei as well. And Daniel just storming right over him, single-handedly giving his team the room they need to pick up that first point. What a play coming out of that far.
And let him go past, but he's just hiding, and he notices Chicken just walk past him, and he booms him right into the water. Fantastic play coming from Daniel Orford. You see why they protect the Farah. He is so clean on it.
Oh, and Dan just playing a little Metal Gear Solid there, just hoping that exclamation point didn't appear above his head. Sure enough, his stealth went unnoticed, and he's able to utilize it with that beautiful concussion blast and pick up the opening blows. Exactly what they needed to take that thing home. They did invest that barrage into it, but they're opening up with an amplification matrix here. Supercharger coming online. They've got a lot of damage available, and they're pushing the members of Allium back around this super difficult corner, trying to gain that positioning that they need. Oh, but Dragon's coming out from the other side. Alpha look from behind. Oh, but Daniel with a nice boop and subsequent kill opens things up nicely. Immortality Field there to catch the aggression coming out of Allium. And with a two-man advantage, they're looking to storm through the end of point B here. You have Corruption as well as one Miss J just throwing themselves on the objective, trying to eat as much time off that clock as possible. But I don't think we're going to get a retake here. This should be point B going to Kinetix.
A little longer, but the members of Kinetix get rid of that, and then thus the rest of the team are gone.
Well, and with the shield so much weaker, it's so much more important you play around that Immortality Field. Oh, then we're coming back in, and it is not there for that giant blizzard right on cue. Amplification Matrix there for the defense as well. And with the combination of that blizzard and the Amp Matrix, they are able to quickly dispatch the members of Kinetix, and they get sent back to spawn. 3 minutes on the clock.
The problem, though. Kinetix have 3 ultimates here, almost 5. Allium are maybe gonna have 2 or 3 maximum next fight. Here comes that barrage. It doesn't get any value though.
No, Alien able to catch that one and find the final blow. But they do still have Blizzard online. Are they going to choose to go ahead and invest in here? Oh no, they're just going to buy out as many ultimates as they can. One Miss J, go ahead and invest in that Coalescence. I mean, it's just Coalescence. It gets built up pretty quick. But they do manage to get a couple of ultimates out of Allium here. Now they're going to turn around and try to counterpunch back, throwing in that Blizzard. And 2 quick kills coming through for Kinetix. Make that 3. A Desperation Dragon's coming out from Alpha. I think it's been his second in 60 seconds. But nevertheless, it does not find success. Daniel coming up with the better end of that duel. And they just storm into the atrium here. They've got all the room to work. They've got all the control, that ult advantage coming up big, and they still have 3 to work with as they're trying to push this thing into its final resting place. 2-point meters. Make that 1 meter left for Kinetix to find the victory, and they do it! They push this thing home. They take the match 3-1. They are your D9 T4 champions.